Red Lions Coach Jesse Shay. Thanks for jumping on with me here today.
Always a pleasure, Marcellus.
Well, hey, it's got a little bit of it's still early in the season, but you started out 0-2, but now you battled back and won the last two. What would you say has been the biggest difference between the first two and the last two games?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a cliche, but we've taken care of the football. We had 0 turnovers. We committed less penalties, especially those pre-snap penalties. Boy, those make your hair turn gray, or in my case, fall out as a head coach when you get those penalties before the ball's even snapped. And I think our kids did a nice job over the last couple of weeks of cleaning that up a little bit.
Well, you got another tough game. York High comes in, a little bit of a hot streak themselves. They come in 2-2, winning their last two. What's the message to the kids in the locker room to get them prepared for this Friday night?
The biggest thing is belief. York High, credit to Coach Stoner and his staff and all of his players. They're an incredibly talented group. My years here in York County, maybe I've seen a better running back than Chavain, but I can't think of a ton off the top of my head. Man, he's the real deal. He does that thing that us old school coaches love, but he runs angry.
Yeah.
He runs almost like he's mad at the ground. And he's a tough running back, and we're gonna have to get there. And it's not, you're not tackling him with one guy. So
No.
our big thing is believe we can do it, and we've got to get 11 hats of the football. Because again, he doesn't get taken down. You look at those 4 games, he doesn't get taken down by one guy. It's got to be a group effort.
Well, yeah, you're right. The Syracuse commit, he will be on display. Your team, you mentioned the defense. Your team really seems to be coming together on the defensive end. Can you talk about a couple of your players, coaches there? Just shine a little light on the defense for us, Coach.
Sure. Defensively, obviously our coordinator, Coach Granger, along with Coach Updegrove Downs and obviously Coach Ron Johnson, have done a really nice job of resetting. Those first couple of weeks we gave up, let's be honest about it. We gave up way too many points, way too many big plays. And they did a nice job of refocusing our kids. And, you look at kids like Octavius Thompson, at defensive end. You take a look at guys like Hunter Coons and Ty Tedder on the corners, and our linebackers are playing much better, especially guys like Macklin Warner, Caleb Kreiner, Evan Smith, and Sharif Nagaya. So we're getting a lot of buy-in. We're getting guys getting to the football, doing their job. Even on the defensive line. I mentioned Octavius, but also obviously Julian Cedrone and our 2 big guys in the middle, Brady Hall and Coons. Tell you what, they do just a great job of starting to hold their gaps. And that's when you can play disciplined football, that makes all the difference in the world.
Well, that's true. And, it's got to put a plug in, but it's so cool. And I know you can appreciate this, Coach, but hearing some of the names that we've coached, when they were in 2nd grade and 3rd grade, and now I'm hearing them over the PA announcement, and I got goosebumps right now. But it's pretty cool feeling when that happens. So hearing some of those names, I remember them from when they barely could walk. So it's pretty awesome.
That's the nice thing, and honestly, that's one of the things that I've enjoyed. And we've talked about it before, about that I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to be part of this organization for now in my 13th season. A lot of these guys, I coached them when we started our flag football program, 8 years ago. Other guys have come into the program, guys like Colton Coons, who I mentioned earlier. They weren't with us from a young age, but they bought in right away. But yeah, coaching these kids, you and I worked together this summer. We're coaching little kids basketball. We're coaching little kid football. And to see them, I saw them as 4th graders, was telling them what to do on the flag football field. And now they're in our program on Friday nights. It's pretty cool.
Well, Yeah, for sure. And I know with the Red Line program, you have a lot of youth, the fourth graders, fifth graders, sixth graders are playing in like record numbers right now. So excited to see how that all unfolds in the next whatever 6, 7, 8 years. But want to talk about your quarterback, Mason.
Yeah.
6 touchdowns last week. I think I read that was a record. Is that correct?
Yeah, he broke a school record. The school record was held by three other individuals. In 2009, Chad Kelly, uh, who had, went on and obviously had a great career in college and had a cup of coffee in the pros. But then most recently, Dalton Grove in 2015 and Riley Knobb in 2021. They all had five. He was the first Red Lion quarterback to ever throw six in a game. So what a spectacular performance he had. And if you saw the game, you saw that he was able to create with his feet, buy more time for his receivers, and that's a quality that I don't think gets looked at enough in high school. A lot of times when quarterbacks feel pressure, they're going to take off and they're going to run, and we have so many great student athletes in York County that are able to just take off. But what I think Mason does really well, and probably better than any quarterback that I've coached in my time here at Redline, is that he scrambles while keeping his eyes downfield. He scrambles while making sure being cognizant of where the line of scrimmage is, because he can run, but he wants to be able to throw the ball downfield. And it puts a lot of pressure on the defensive back end, that they know that even if he breaks contain, they can't just come up. They've got to stay on their guy, especially man to man, because he's always looking downfield. And I think he does that better than any quarterback I've coached in my time here.
Wow, that's saying a lot too. Like you said, you've been there 13 seasons, and yeah,
We've had some good quarterbacks,
yeah,
but I don't think anyone's been able to continue to look downfield the way he does.
that's awesome. Well, and I know you got to give a shout out to some of your linemen there too, Coach. To talk a little bit about that team and how much the linemen come into protecting him.
Yeah, this is a group that they're getting better each week. We're going to be honest about it. We as a group, that unit probably didn't play their best football the first couple weeks, and to their credit, they owned it, and they said, you know what, we understand what's needed from the team, by the team from us, and we're not providing it. And these last 2 weeks, they've gotten a lot better. And they're going to have their hands full this coming week, because Russ Stoner team, their defense is pretty simple. They're going to lock up man to man on all your receivers, and they're going to send a house. And we've got to be able to protect. We've got to be able to give our skill guys some time to make some plays.
Well, that's a good point. Well, talk about receivers, Cedrone. That's a name I remember with his older brother, but now you got Julian Cedrone, one of the guys I told you I used to coach him in basketball, coming in with 2 touchdowns, 181 yards. Coach, talk a little bit about some of these younger guys that are stepping up for you.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly have seniors that are stepping up, but we talked at the beginning of the year. We are not a senior heavy team. And these seniors needed to find a way to, bring these underclassmen along, whether it's guys like Julian Cedrone, as you mentioned, whether it's our running back, Grayson Santoro, whether it's some of our fullbacks that are both juniors that we utilize quite a bit. Again, Hunter Coons, another receiver, doing all the right things out there to go along with, seniors like Mason Novosel and Marcus Edwards and Octavius Thompson, as I mentioned earlier. But it's tough. It's tough as a sophomore. You're a 15-year-old kid and you're playing against 17, 18-year-old, let's be honest about it, young men. So these young guys, they've followed the senior leadership that we've been able to give them, that our seniors have been able to give them. And they're doing a job, man. I can't say enough about how much they've grown, and I'm excited to watch how they continue to grow throughout the season.
Well, we're excited to watch this Friday night. York High, the Bearcats travel to Hornfield to go against the Red Lion Lions. The Sports Shooting Stars will be out there. If you can't make it, you can watch it online. And I've been told that the staff's going to be over at the Ray's Pit Beef area doing the pregame, Coach. So I know it's going to be tough, but if you maybe could squeeze over right before the game and get some of that Ray's Pit Beef, or maybe we'll have Jesse Shay, grab some for you or something. But
yeah, it's phenomenal stuff. And I'll be honest, the only problem with him being there and being as good is there's never left over by the time the game's over.
he sells out all the time. So, well, we're looking forward to seeing you, Coach. Thanks so much for your time. And Sports Shooting Stars, we bring the game to you.